Week 91 Pumpkin Season's boss fight. So today I'm going to go over some game tips, some other stuff that you're supposed to know. So what I'm going to say right now is, first, this is the Kali Power Week, so if you don't have, that reboots. This is Kali Power Week, so if you don't have the Kali Power yet, this is your chance to get it. And I didn't see any extra seed packs, but I'm sure they're in there somewhere. You definitely want to at least buy the plant, do the extra quest, and you'll notice in the reward seeds in the battles that you're going to get extra Kali Power. So critical plants to have is on my list of stuff to talk about, but I'm going to do that at the end of the video. The only other thing I want to say at the beginning, coins versus gems versus pieces of candy. So for a long time, gems were really expensive, but they were a necessity. And the coins came a little bit easier, but they made a game update and that switched around, and now gems are a lot easier to get. You can see by the amount of pieces of candy and coins I have that, I really bank the stuff up so I can buy something when I really need it. And you should be doing your free videos every day. Your almost stuff here with the ads, which I already did, but your gauntlets and gems, you should do that every day. So this week we have extra stuff in the rewards, including 6,000 coins, because now coins have become the hardest commodity to come by. Now granted, you can't buy pieces of candy, but in the battles events, as long as you play a lot, you can earn a lot of them. So if you want to upgrade a seed, it's easy enough to do it that way. Upgrading or getting money, however, is impossible, because you only get 500 coins for one of these videos up here, which is just a waste of time. Can't do anything with that. And even if you every day hit the pinata party and every other thing that you can do to get your extra coins, you don't get very many. And when you come into the shop here, every day they offer you 3 seeds, 20 seeds for 5,000. Really, you can't be buying those unless it's something very important or that you want to level up right away that you're already close to, because you need to save those coins for your plants. If you look, almost 50%, 70% of my plants are ready to be leveled up, but I just can't afford to do it because of the coins, especially the premium ones. Once those start to get up there, well, that one's only 20,000, bad example. There we go. Once it starts to get up there, there's 75 or 100,000 between levels, and it takes a long time to get that many coins. Some of these plants that even use a lot, like the Explode-A-Nut, 100,000 coins for a 1-second difference in the recharge. I'm not going to do that until I get to a battles that really needs it. And that's how a lot of these are. A lot of my sun plants, I haven't upgraded those in a while, except for the orange bloom, which I have maxed out at level 10. I believe the Power Lily maxes out at level 10 also. So coins are a rough commodity to get. They charge you $50 for 350,000 coins. So basically, that's 3 premium plants upgrading 1 level for $50. That's fucking insane. So I won't be buying coins anytime soon. I mean, really, they could give you 2 million coins for $50. That'd be a little more reasonable. If you gave me 2 million coins right now, I could upgrade maybe a third of the stuff that I have here that has to upgrade. And some of these are cheaper, the basic in-game plants, but the snow pea, 75,000. I've probably gotten so many seeds since this has been available for upgrade, I might even be to level 10. So it'll be 75 plus 100. 200,000 right there. It's just crazy. That's why I want to see these people that play that have like M25 level plants or something like that. I mean, the seeds are one thing. I mean, you can waste a ton of money buying seeds, but how the hell do you get that many coins? You can't grind that many coins out. You have to buy them. That's just, people who have an arsenal of M-level plants have spent 10 grand on this game, and that's kind of insane to me. I mean, I probably spent a sick amount of money playing Fight, which was a far better game, but those purchases at least directly upgraded your weapons and also gave you more game playing time, and that game was actually fun every time, not against some kind of weird AI that banks other people's games so that you can pause in the middle of a live game and other stuff, because that's essentially the way this one works. when you're playing against somebody, even though it says it's peer-to-peer and you're going live, it's not really live because there's no timer on how long it takes you to get your plants out. And because you can pause anytime during the game and leave it paused for 5 seconds or for 2 hours and come back to it and finish it. They're banked scores, and they just match you up against somebody else's previous score, or a bot. So fight wasn't like that. That was a live game, much better game. But in any event, it's just a very expensive game to get your plants leveled up. So when I see that kind of shit, it fucking pisses me off. The pieces of candy I have gone up dramatically lately because I've been banging a couple of tournaments, and I got my enchantment up to level 8, but I've got some other mints that I still have to work on, so I'm not going to take that one any higher at the moment. I got my goo mint is at like level 2, so that's really got to come up. I got to move the bomb up to 8, probably move that up. The winter mint is really low too, even though it's pretty useless. Definitely want to move the lightning up to level 8 also. And then you got these, that one and this one, which are cool mints, but I mean their plant families are a little weaker, so they're a lower priority. And this guy here's got to get up to 8 also. Spearmint's at 6, and it'd be nice to get it a little higher, but honestly I use it when I have to, but having those things pop out, taking up all the space on the playfield, is usually pretty annoying. They usually end up taking the place of too many squares, and it's hard to lay plants, so I don't use that one nearly as much as a lot of other guys do. Guys, gals, you know what I mean. Alright, grouping of plants in game. So we got some basic strategies that everybody's picking up on that you go through every week. You know, you got you got a stun group, right? You've got ultimate plant food group where you're using power tiles. You've got jump with blover, whether you're using the Stalia or the primal P or the defense mint. You've got the imp attack. There's several other different kinds of what are becoming kind of classic attacks. So of course we run through all those every week and see which one works best. To EA or PopCap, whoever's the app devs credit, they do work pretty hard to make sure that one universal strategy doesn't work for everything. You have to try a lot of different stuff. So at least there's that. All right, there is a Pvz Wiki, and plantsvszombies.fandom.com wiki. So if you don't know that this exists, you should read this, because what the people who have put that together have done is they have databased all the plants, so you can see everything that's there, and they also database all their powers and their levels. Excuse me. So for example, if you're looking at your mints and you're like, okay, I've got 1,200 pieces of candy and I want to upgrade my enchantment from level 3 to level 5 because I've got enough. What am I going to get out of that? Because as you can see right here, they show you where you're at, but they don't show you what's going to come next. If you look at the Pvz Wiki, you can see, okay, 3 zombies turned at level 3, and level 5, 5 zombies turned. Duration goes down, the duration of recharge goes down 1.5 seconds. The duration of play goes up 2 seconds. So you know what you're getting for your buy, because sometimes the levels are not balanced. I've had plenty of things that I've upgraded where I've gotten 1/2 second more recharge, and that's been the only thing that the plants gained for a level. Well, that's a lot to do for a coin, or those super valuable pieces of candy. So definitely read the Pvz Wiki. Critical plants to buy. I tried to put these in order as best I could, but it's kind of hard. So I've got about 12 of them on here. I guess without any doubt, you have to have Power Lily and Imitator. You have to have that. I wouldn't even play this game without it. It's just pointless. I don't care, even if you're in the first league, whatever, wood, soil, you got to have the Power Lily and the Imitator. Snow Pea and Fire Pea, because they're always going to have an application, and the Fire Pea is just so much stronger than the Pepper Pult. Got to have that. The Imp Pair, if you don't have it by now, you're probably mad at yourself and you want to get it. Well, get it the next time it comes around. The Peanut, because the Peanut goes good with the defense mint. It has an incredible power when you drop the defense mint, so that's its own strategy, and you got to have that. as far as the explosive plants, the explode-nut, the grapes, and the pomegranate. Pomegranate because when it explodes, that residue prevents graves from rising. Explode-nut and grapes are also useful. Probably you can figure out why. The witch hazel and the frog, separately but also together, because the witch hazel will turn zombies into frogs when it's under plant food power or during a boosted tournament. And if it's under the mint and the boost at the same time, it'll turn zombies into hypno-shrooms that are charged with gargantuar, whatever the fuck, you know what I'm saying. Alright, pokra. As far as the spiky plants go, everybody likes the laser bean, which is probably a pretty solid plant. Mine's at level 9 and it's decent. You can get that up to at least level 12, 13, things starts to really work good, shoot a lot faster. And it's decent at 9, but it's still a little bit pokey. And spike rock and spike weed are both pretty good, but not always practical. If you're going to use those, the spearmint's good, but really in conjunction with the spearmint, the poker is just really the best one right now. That's okay. And then let's see what else. The soybean, because there's a new emerging strategy with that, and it has a couple of other practical uses, and then all the vines. So let's talk about that other thing real quick. Regular plants, in-game plants, right, versus premium plants, right? So the premium plant is like the power lily, the imitator. Let's see, the starfruit. Just go through a couple of them. The peanut, chomper, right? Those are the frog. Those are premium plants. Now we have Gen 2 premium plants. So Generation 1 premium plants are upgradable with seeds and then with coins. Gen 2 premium plants are definitely a better financial strategy, and those would include the mints, but then also the new plants, which are, I think the first one was no, it wasn't the Shadow Pea Shooter. That's still actually technically Gen 1 because you upgrade it with coins. So the first Gen 2 one is soybean, or no, the electricity, daisy chain, the vines, pokra, impair, now the pumpkin, this ice thing that's coming, because these plants are upgradable for free just by pressing the button for upgrade, just like the mints, except you have to get the seeds by buying them or winning them in the quest. They don't come in the regular seed packs like they're supposed to. I haven't even looked at the seed packs to see if they say that they come with, but I know they don't, because you never win them in the piano party, you never win them any other way. So the Gen 2 plants are stronger and they level up different. It's harder to level them up. So again, going back to this M level, especially when somebody is M level and they've got something that's a Gen 2 plant that's an M level already, how are you doing that? Because it's not even offered. You know, a couple of people have told me that sometimes the specials come around, like this week, the pumpkin. Let's take a look at that real quick. Does yours do that? Mine does that, restoring purchases between screens every time. Level up pumpkin bundle, right? It says one per player. They've said, I've had people tell me that these level up things have come around and it hasn't said limit 1, and that they just keep buying them, and that's how they get their plants up. Well, it's extremely expensive, but if that's how you want to spend your money, cool. Mine's never been offered that way. I've never seen any one of these special level up bundles that has been anything but a one-time offer. Some of them haven't even said limit 1 per player, but you buy it once and it disappears. So I don't know, maybe I've got an app issue because I got an older OS on this tablet, because I've been holding on to this tablet because it's got Fight installed on it still, and I'm hoping that game comes back, so I haven't wanted to get rid of it. So I don't know, but I don't know how those people get to that level. But anyways, let's see. Oh, so now we'll get to the game strategy. So all right, this week is week 91, right? 91. I just did this. Yep, week 91. Pumpkin Season's final week boss tournament. I've got 2 strategies I've used, both net about the same amount of points. If I find something better, I will link it back in here. this is what I got for now. And here we go. Anybody else find it annoying that when you press the speed up button, that when the zombies get close, you can't get it to stay on? You have to keep pressing it. I mean, I just don't know why they do that. Fuck. Huh? That sucks. Stupid seed packs. I played one of those boards to get the seeds, and it put an automatic plant in there, which I forgot to take off before I press start. That's another thing too. Once you choose your plants, if you haven't pressed start yet, why can't you swap them out still? I mean, it's fucking dumb. Alright. So, let's start this with, let's just use this. Alright, 5 rows up. So my middle soybean row, that's where the tile turnip's gonna go. It's also important to make sure you get the big graves first, so you get enough money for this to work. I fucked up my setup already anyways. I'll do that a little different. That's alright, I'll get to it. Alright, one more tile turn up that $1,100 one, and that's about as many of those as I could do. So if I put the imp on the top and the bottom, I would try to get the 2 center ones with the secondary soybean tile turnip. Alright, now let's let that rock. This guy's holding up my last plant food, and I'm going to need that. want to get that before it gets too late, because obviously it takes a minute for the soundies to reach the boss. If you're getting it plant food in the last 10 to 15 seconds, you're better off refilling the mint. Just enough money to put one more of those in, so I'm going to make it an imp here, and if I can get this seed here in time, there we go, use it starting on one of the imp pairs, try to get a little bit more points. And there you go.